What's going on out there, all you sexy ladies? Once again, Neff from Nev's Tech Bets. I know you just log in here to hear me every day. Anyways. So I want to put out some good information, positive database information that's actually accurate. This is the database information that Google would have you look at, and it tells you the coronavirus and how good or bad we're doing right now, and we're definitely not particularly doing well. Actually, the 14th was the third worst day so far for outbreaks. Now, this is just information of the stuff that we know. Take it with a grain of salt. It's actually probably a bit worse. We're still trying to collect all of the proper information to have an accurate idea of how many people who died in 1918 from the Spanish influenza. Now, the Spanish influenza wasn't actually Spanish. It was devouring the world, but since it was the end of the war, nobody wanted to admit it. They were beating the Axis powers, and nobody wanted to admit that there was a pandemic going around. And the fact that they wouldn't listen led to a whole lot more deaths. But the thing is, only about 3 to 3.5% of people died. Anyways, this is the information that a Redditor has collected, and he's maintaining it. It's good information, and there's more information on this one than there is in the one that Google wants you to use. So the one that Google wants you to use has very topical information, deaths, confirmed cases, and countries. But one big thing it does not tell you is how many people have gotten over the virus. Interestingly enough, in China, it looks like most people have gotten over it. But can you really trust the People's Republic of China? I mean, it just doesn't. Let's face it, they lie. There's a lot of information that they won't send out because China likes to look out for China. And one big interesting thing I gotta say is the deaths. In Italy, we got 6.81% death rate, and in China we only have 3.95. I'm thinking that information isn't 100% accurate. Man, China, things are a little bit different there. I don't have to tell you guys how crazy things are in China. I have been following a lot of things about the Chinese government. I'm on China Uncensored, a lot of other YouTube videos that show how life is in China, because I find it to be a really interesting place. Man, I love tech, and any place that can make tech so quick, so cheaply is really interesting. And China Uncensored, one thing I found out is that there are actually individuals who will eat rats, sewer rats, giant rats. But of course, these are like low class individuals who live in little shanty towns or whatever. And don't be hating on me, because this whole issue has started because of Chinese people eating crazy things. Those crazy Chinese. Anyways, so yeah, Italy has more deaths than China. Iran has more deaths than China. Spain is getting pretty far up there. So I'm not sure if I can trust all of this information. But yeah, it definitely paints a nice picture, because it looks like most people are recovered in China. Once again, can you really trust anything China says? And seriously, take things that the World Health Organization says with a grain of salt. I'm not going to get into that, but do some research on your own about the World Health Organization relationship with China, and just take it with a grain of salt. Collect that information for yourself. If you're going to get on a pedestal or anything about it, definitely research it before you open your mouth. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So you can get information on select countries. Now, interesting thing about Canada is, man, we're really kind of exploding with the confirmed cases. And that is because, we got a whole lot more cases that we've just figured, a whole lot more cases that we just figured out. So on Thursday, we had about 137 cases, and it's Sunday, and we are up to 244. Yippee! Anyways, we are definitely beating this virus back. It's still coming at us, but we're beating it back. It looks like people are being pretty crazy, though. Gotta say, son, I am disappointed. This comes from the Toronto subreddit, and actually, this isn't in Toronto. It looks like these are Peel Region police, and police had to be called to distribute toilet paper. Ladies and gentlemen, we should be feeling pretty bad about ourselves for this kind of stuff right now. I am pretty far disappointed. Like, check this out. Patriotic Canadians will not hoard food. You know what else they won't hoard? Frickin' toilet paper. I can't believe how empty all the shelves are in my freaking village area. All the villages around me are also totally empty. Here we got Cambridge at the surplus store, price gouging ×2 for all the Lysol wipes. It's just heartbreaking. It's just heartbreaking. And COVID-19 update, in-person course activity suspended. All of the universities are shutting down their classes and stuff like that. Interestingly enough, the local Tri-City party is still good to go for St. Patty's Day. Rest assured, ladies and gentlemen, that there will be enough food to go around. Many people panic buying. Panic buying all of the things. Really, how long do you think you're going to be stuck inside? Costco. Costco, it's so interesting how hoarded up Costco is. How many people are waiting to get into Costco. It's just I'm just so disappointed in people. If you're the type of person that went out and bought 2 months worth of toilet paper, then you don't get to complain about conspiracy theorists because you're one of them. You're one of them. If you got 2 months worth of TP and 3 weeks worth of food, you're one of them. Alex Jones, that's you. Anyways, Contravirus tracking app locks up Android phones for ransom. I love it. I love it. A malicious Android app that supposedly helps track cases for the corona. Have I been calling this the contravirus? I have a bad habit of doing that. The coronavirus actually locks up people's phones and demands ransom in order to access. Oh, man. That's just the way things are going. Guys, calm down. Just be careful. Wash your hands and don't go out to crowded places. We can take care of this. We can deal with this stuff. Just freaking calm down. Bring her down a notch, Nancy. Anyways, that's it from me, folks. Take care of each other. If you're the type of person that had way too much toilet paper, if you're one of those folks, then it is up to you to go out and to make sure that all of the old and all of the weak and fragile have what they need. We got to take care of each other, folks. You better damn well do it. That's it from me, folks. Have a good one, and take care of each other.